Good morning and welcome to Somatic-Based Mindfulness. I'm your host, Mark Gomez. Today the practice we'll be doing will be a 12-point meditation practice. So we're going to spend a little bit of time focusing on the midpoint between the eyebrows, the tip of the nose, the center of the upper lip, the center of the lower lip, the center of the Adam's apple, an area midway between the nipple line and the Adam's apple here in the center of the chest, a point level with the nipple line in the center of the chest, a point midway between the nipple line and the belly button in the center of the belly, the area of the belly button, and the tip of the tailbone. Now you don't have to remember any of that. I'm going to guide you through this practice. And there's no need to look at the screen at this point. As long as you can hear the sound of my voice, you'll be fine. Now see if you can find a comfortable place within the room you're in to either sit or lie down. If you need to turn the lights out or put the shades down or close the door, go ahead and do that as well. Just make sure you have space all to yourself where you can't be interrupted. Unless, of course, that's not possible for you right now. And when you find that comfortable place where you can sit or lie down on your back, begin allowing the eyes to just very slowly close, almost like the sun setting in the evening. And allowing the process to be natural. Following what feels comfortable, following what feels right, allowing the eyes to slowly close, and then eventually allowing your feeling attention, your concentration to rest with the midpoint between the eyebrows. And see if you notice any sensations in that area. It's okay if you notice nothing at all. We're just practicing using our feeling attention by checking to see if there are any sensations in that area. Just allowing your feeling attention, your concentration to rest. Focusing on the midpoint between the eyebrows. And then slowly bring your feeling attention down towards the tip of the nose. And allow your feeling attention, your concentration to rest with the tip of the nose. Focusing on the tip of the nose. And practice also seeing into these areas. In other words, focusing on these areas using your mind's eye. And then slowly bring your feeling attention down towards the midpoint of the upper lip. Allow your feeling and attention, your concentration to rest with this area. See if you notice any sensations in that area. Practice feeling and seeing into these areas. And then slowly bring your feeling attention, your concentration to the midpoint of the lower lip. resting with this area. And then slowly bringing your feeling attention, your concentration, your focus down to the midpoint of the chin. See if you notice any sensations in this area. Practice feeling and seeing into this area. And then slowly bring your feeling attention, your concentration down to the middle of the Adam's apple, middle of the throat. Practice feeling and seeing into this area, focusing on this area. And then slowly bring your feeling attention, your concentration to the area midway between the nipple line and the Adam's apple in the center of the chest. Allow your feeling attention to rest with this area. Practice feeling and seeing into this area. And then allow your feeling attention, your focus, your concentration to slowly go down to the midpoint, level with the nipple line in the center of your chest. Practice feeling and seeing into this area. And then allow your feeling attention, your concentration to slowly gravitate down to the midpoint, halfway between the belly button and the nipple line. So focusing on the midpoint, halfway between the belly button and the nipple line. The center of the belly. Practice feeling and seeing into this area. Then allow your feeling attention, your concentration to slowly gravitate down to the area of the belly button. Practice feeling and seeing into this area. Just doing the best you can, whatever that is. Not aiming for perfection. Just allowing for your process to take place naturally. Doing your best to stay with the belly button without trying too hard. Practice feeling and seeing into this area. And then allow your feeling attention, your concentration to slowly travel or gravitate down to a midpoint about 4 finger widths below your belly button. So just a few inches below your belly button, deep within your core, deep within the center of your body. Allow your feeling attention, your concentration to rest with this area. Practice feeling and seeing into this area. Using your mind's eye, practicing focus and concentration without force, using least amount of effort. Resting with your lower center, this area a few inches below your belly button, deep within your core, deep within the center of your body. Feeling and seeing into this area. See if you notice any sensations in this area. And then allow your feeling, attention, your concentration to slowly travel down to the tip of the tailbone, the midpoint of the tailbone. Practice feeling and seeing into this area. See if you notice any sensations in this area. Just allowing your concentration to rest with this area. We'll do this for another 30 seconds or so. Just resting with the tip of your tailbone. Practice feeling and seeing into this area. Now, when you feel ready, only when you feel ready, doing your best to stay with the tip of the tailbone, doing your best to continue to allow your feeling, attention, concentration to rest with this area. As you very slowly open your eyes, kind of like the sun rising in the morning. Doing your best to stay with your tailbone and allowing the eyes to open really slowly. Please feel free to join us again next time.